Hello, this is Robin with Barn Hunt, and this is a third in a series of videos on using Illustrator to create Barn Hunt course maps. In this video, I'm going to number our grid, and then I'm going to save the whole thing in a library so that it can be used in different documents. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to number our grid, and to get ready for that, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click on my grid grouped layer, and then I'm going to click on the outer box layer, and then I'm just going to click to create a new layer. Nope, that did not do what I wanted, so we're going to trash that one. Click here and add new. That adds a new layer that is still underneath our grid, called layer 7. Let's rename it. Double click, say numbers, and then click outside the box. I don't like this highlight color. I'll tell you why in a minute. So I'm actually going to double click on this again. Maybe. There we go. Which brings up the dialog box for that whole layer. I want to make this violet, just so I can see it a little bit better. So now we have our layer and we're ready to add some things to it. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click on the type tool, and then I'm just going to click right here. I'm going to just start typing. 24, I'm going to hit the enter key. 20, 16, 12, 8, and 4. I'm not going to type 0 because I'll show you why in a minute. That brings this here. I'm going to bring this down so that it's more aligned with this top grid line. I'm going to select it all. And I like things to be right aligned on a vertical number grid, so I'm just going to click this align right. We still have snap to grid on, so it's not necessarily, or do I view? No, I don't. Let's put snap to grid on. All right, there we are. We've got our numbers in the wrong place. I'm going to highlight them again. Now I am going to go to paragraph. Click on this. This dialog box down here is what I'm looking for. It has a paragraph, and then it's got a little arrow going to a space, and if you hover it, it says space after paragraph. I'm going to change this number to 56. And then I'm going to hit enter. And presto bango, our numbers are correctly aligned. I think I'm going to drop this over just one more so it's a little closer. There you go. There's our vertical line of numbers. Now, on our horizontal line, we're going to do something similar. I'm going to click right here, and this time I'm going to drag myself a box out. I'm going to click my cursor inside it. This time I'm going to say 4, and then I'm going to say tab 8, tab 12, tab 16, tab 20, tab, and 24. Again, our numbers are not in the correct place, but it's really easy to put them in there. I'm going to triple click to select it all. Then I am going to go to Window, Type, Tabs. When I do that, it brings up a tab dialog box, and look, it's directly above my letters, and if I pull it up just a little bit, you will see that it is aligned nicely to my grid. Then it's just a matter of setting our tabs. Just click right above the line, click here, and at the 2-inch mark, and at the 3-inch mark, all right, and at the 4-inch mark. There we go. We have our numbers in place except for our 0. I'm going to X out of this. I'm going to click away from this so that you can see where these are. Next thing I'm going to do for this particular thing is I'm going to actually turn off our snap to grid for this. I'm going to, so that I can see, I'm going to zoom in some. I want to see this a little bit better. Scroll down a little bit. Now I just want to put a 0. I want the 0 to go for both ends. So I'm going to click right here. I'm going to type a 0. And I'm going to sort of lower it just a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Double click to put everything back in the screen. And here we are. I have, turn off my guides for a little bit. I have my grid. It has numbers on it. It's very pretty. It has divisions every 4 feet. It has divisions every foot and every 6 inches. So we've got this lovely grid. Let's click this triangle to close the sub layers on that. Now, how do I save that grid? Really, really easy. Now, this feature, I'm pretty sure you can only get in Illustrator CC. So, if you have an older version of Illustrator, I'm not sure that you can do this. You probably want to check. I am going to pull out this menu right here, which is called Graphic Styles. I'm going to click on it. It comes up. In here, there's some fancy stuff, but what you really want to do is you want to click on this tab that says Libraries. And it opens a library dialog box. I'm going to scroll down here. I don't need to pay attention to any of this up here. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to take my black arrow and I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to drag to select all of these elements. When I did that, this dialog box down here lit up, and this one on the far left, if I hover over it, it says Add Graphic. If I click, it has added the graphic to my library. I'm going to double click. It says Artwork 1 right now. I'm going to double click inside there, and I'm going to rename it 24x24 course grid. I'm just going to say color grid. All right, I've got it right here. Now I have it. So it is in my library, and what's really cool about that is that I'm going to save my document. Course grid. Save. Yes. Okay. Save my document. Now I'm going to open a new document. I'm going to say OK here. Brand new document. I can now, from my library, drag this out here. And what's nice is, if you have the Illustrator suite, which, by the way, once it's dragged out here, you see this blue X. If I put my arrow in the corner, and if I hit my Shift key and hold it, it will scale in proportion for as large or as small as I want. So I can do that. But what's also really cool is, I'm just going to shut this. No, I'm not going to save that for now. I'm going to go and I am going to open InDesign. Make Illustrator look small. We're going to open InDesign, which is another Adobe CC program, one that's really good for page layout, and I know at least one judge does use it. This is how I design everything that I do for Barn Hunt as well. Give it just a second to open. Now it is open. I'm going to do a new file. Say OK. I am going to get rid of that. Window. CC Libraries. There it is. Open it up. Open up the libraries and look what's in there. This grid. I can now just drag it out into my InDesign file. So once you have an item in the library, it will work in any Adobe CC program, and that includes Photoshop and InDesign as well as Illustrator. I hope this has been useful, and I will see you in the next video.